Bungie has just dropped their new Call to Arms event in Destiny 2, and this is unlike anything we have ever seen before. I'm going to give you a full breakdown of the good, the bad, and the ugly, of course, because with anything new in Destiny 2, there's always a downside. There's a trade off, and this will give you some good insight as to whether or not you want to log in, and if you do, how much you're actually going to grind the new event. So, it starts off as being a portal event, of course. Everything's in the portal nowadays. And you click here, Call to Arms, and then you have the 5 different drop-down menus, okay? You go to Devrim in the tower. Yep, he's in the tower now. There's this whole new event set up here, as you can see. And when you approach him, you can see that you can focus for different weapons. Now, you'll notice initially that none of these weapons are actually new, and there is like a weird tier 6 bug that's happening right now, but I think it's just a visual glitch where it shows like 6 dots on it when you get a holophile version. I don't think that's intended. I think that's just a bug, but they can go up to tier 5, right? Based on your level. And so if you haven't gotten a god roll of the Submersion, the Romantic Death, Folded Root, Ribbon Tail, Sinantia, Phoenutria Fera, or the Trachonus, if you've been playing throughout the entirety of Edge of Fate and you haven't gotten a god roll of them, this is actually the most opportune time because you can log in and you can focus farm for each individual one and get the exact roll you want. You might think, okay, well, recycled content, that can't be that interesting. Well, you can also get this new helmet here, which looks absolutely insane. Look at this thing. Look at the fire coming off the back of this thing. That's nuts, right? You can get that by playing the event enough to finish with 100 points. Okay, this is what it looks like in third person. Now you might think to yourself, okay, the helmet, that has me sold. How do I get my 100 points, Lucky? What do I gotta do? Right? What hoops is Bungie gonna make me jump through? And how difficult are they? Well, you might be surprised. It might be more difficult than you think. So when you go to the Call to Arms event right here, you can go down to each activity. So first off, you have the events in here. It only lets you play assault mines and cutting edge zone control at first until you complete the quest. Really just have to play one of these activities a couple times. And then afterwards, you unlock everything else. You got the coil, proving grounds, heliostat, and then obviously just launching the tower. Okay, these are some of the rewards you get. Again, just back to the same weapons, normal stuff. The title is called Avant-Garde, which is an actual troll. I mean, Bungie is rage baiting the community. This is the modifier that everyone hates. So they're like, hey, what if we just made it a title? What if we made it a seal that everyone could see and you could wear forever? The most hated name in Destiny 2 is Avant-Garde. If you've been playing activities, you know that this modifier sucks ass. No one wants this. So what we did is we created a sub goal on the Twitch channel that if we hit 500 subs in the first 24 hours of the event, we're going to unlock this and wear it for a year as punishment. Now, on to the next part. This is how the event works. It's like a mini speed run, sweaty-ish competition. So you might think, that's not really for me, but it can be somewhat intriguing, all right? Because you have to participate enough if you want to get the helmet, okay? You have to finish with 100 points. Now you might think to yourself, well, how do I get 100 points? What do I gotta do? Just play the activities 500 times? Let me guess, just play some mindless. No. You actually don't have to do that. You have to play the activities extremely efficiently, even just one time. Now, it'll take you many tries to get there, but how efficiently you complete the activity gives you a score. So you'll notice here that on the coil, for example, I have 0 points awarded to me, okay? If I were to complete the first bar here, like if I were to complete the coil and I had like a terrible score, like I barely cleared any ads, whatever, right? That would give me 5 points. The next part would give me 10 points. Okay, so this is 10 in total. So 5 for this one, 10 for this one. The next one would be 25. After that, I believe is 50. And the final one, I believe, is 300. But you'd have to be in the top 1% for this. So this is definitely for the sweaties of the sweaties if you want to get all the way up there. Now, what's in it for getting to 300? It's this emblem right here. So this emblem is going to be very rare, I would say. I would bet that very few people will get this because I think statistically speaking, we're in a competition against each other. So it would be impossible for a ton of people to get it from the way I understand how this event works right now. And so you are technically getting pushed down as more people perform more efficiently with this. So you have to get in there, get a high score, and maybe even get an even higher score to try and be in the highest percentile. So right now you can see improving grounds. Okay, I got the first one done. the second one, and now I'm working on the third one. So what I need to do is go back into the proving grounds and slay out. I mean, just farm the ads, clear everything efficiently. And it would seem as though it might be tied to your power level. Like you need to do things at like the Grandmaster difficulty and with as many modifiers as you can throw on. So we're still min-maxing and kind of learning the exact strategy. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications on, because when we find that exact perfect strategy for each of the 5 categories, we'll bring you a video of each. Right now, we're just in the first few hours, and I wanted to explain it to you so that way you can see if it's intriguing to you. And some of you it will be, and to some of you it won't be, right? So we got Crucible zone control, which I think might be bugged. I played a bunch of games of Crucible. It didn't really seem to matter or progress this. Other people are saying that this is bugged as well, and that they're not getting a higher score on this. So I'm not sure how that's working with Crucible zone control. But you can see here, I only got 5 points because I only completed the first bar of this one. But there's obviously a lot of potential for Crucible zone control to get a bunch of points, so you can at least get the helmet, right? I think most of us out there will want the helmet. I mean, look at this thing, right? Incredible. Flaming helmet, that's going to be pretty epic. At some crazy people out there, people that really are dedicated, will go all the way as far as getting this emblem. But Salt Mines is here in Heliostat. So you got basically like these 5 activities. So the idea is if you've been grinding in the portal and been farming these activities, you're going to be pretty proficient at them. And if you want to min-max your builds and really get efficient with it, you can get a crazy high score by finishing fast and clearing all the ads with like the craziest, most difficult modifiers. And in doing so, you would be rewarded with this, okay? So that's the main gist of it. This event does last for 2 weeks. It's a catch-up mechanic for those weapons, like we mentioned. All these weapons here, it's a great catch-up mechanic. Like if you never got the God Roll for Nutrifera, it's an excellent weapon. Now is definitely time you can attune to that and get it, or any of the others. On top of that, you also unlock Renegade's weapons. So if you don't know, you'll get drops of this right here. It's called a Lawless Voucher. They're going to drop for you from the reward passes and the daily challenges, weekly challenges, etc. And what it does is this cannot be opened yet. This can be opened when Renegades goes live. And when it does, it's going to give you a tier 3 or higher new weapon or armor piece in Renegades. So basically, we're preemptively getting prepared for Renegades by farming up our Lawless vouchers, which is nice, something to do. Obviously, along with that is the helmet that we mentioned before. And then lastly, in the process of doing all of this, you are going to be leveling. So if you aren't at 550 power yet, you will get there by farming this activity, right? Like as you do this activity, you're definitely going to be getting up to 550 power, because you're not going to be able to get these higher score rewards for the coil without like farming them multiple times to become extremely proficient in the mechanics and the timing and everything required to get that really high score. So you will become very proficient as you farm it more and more and more, and you will be leveling along the way each time. So bada bing, bada boom, you level up in the process. But let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Does that seem rewarding enough to you? I'm sure there's going to be some cheeses and exploits out there. So, you know, when we do find out about them, we'll bring you a video, because if there's any way we could guarantee get that 300 bonus, that would be nice. Because if you got even just one of them, if this is the correct way it works, I believe it's 300 points for this, then that alone would be enough for getting the emblem. So we shall see. Only time will tell. Let me know what you think about the new event in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Later.